We all belong outside. We're drawn to nature, whether it's the recorded sounds of the ocean we doze off to, or the succulents that adorn our homes. Nature makes all of our lives, well, better. Despite all this, we often go about our busy lives removed from it. But the outdoors is closer than we realize. With AllTrails, you can discover trails nearby and explore confidently. With offline maps and on-trail navigation, download the free app today.
Hey guys, guess what I'm doing? I'm getting ready to fix me something to eat. But hey y'all, welcome to Lovely J Podcast. I'm Coco. Oh, y'all, I just got in these work supplies. And I just got in some pictures I had did for the Botana oil with my natural hair. And when I tell you that afro is sitting, and that's real true. If y'all like Botana oil, any of the Botana oil that's in my showcase on Facebook, I'm not Facebook, but TikTok, Jamie the Advocate is my handle. All of that work. It all works. So if you get any of it, I'm going to tell you now, those are the real ones. It's not the little fakies. But what I'm going to be doing now is I woke up late because I've been doing I guess my hours are third shift hours. And so I sleep during the day and I'm up all night. And I was up early this morning, went back to sleep, got up, went back to sleep, got up, went back to sleep. Because I've been just trying to process things fast. I really am. I'm trying to process things fast. I'm not interested in beating my time down for things that don't serve a purpose in my life right now. So I woke up late. Now I'm getting ready to eat. I think we're going to do some noodles and a fried egg. That sound all right with y'all? If it don't, I'm still going to do it. And some watermelon later on. I got to get my house in order. I don't even remember hearing the trash man come today. Is it Wednesday? I was sleeping hard. I need that sleep. I don't remember. But I've got things out of whack in my house. Been out of whack the whole month of August. Since the passing of you know who. The ex. And I think I'm getting all right with that. I'm okay with it. I got a lot of what I need to get out, and I'm ready to move forward. I mean, y'all ready for me to move forward on doing something? Yeah, I'm ready to move forward with my life. I just got the pictures in today that I had sent off of him. You know, some of the pictures we had took while he was in the casket and things. I'm just going to put those with my regular pictures. With pictures with my daddy and all the other loved ones and things that we do. Just put it in there. With the rest of them, I had them printed off so that, you know how phones are. So I had them printed off so that when we look through the photos and we're telling those stories and things, we have a face to put with the story. And that's how I like keeping people's memories alive. I like keeping the memories alive like that, but somebody's been messing up my pictures, and I got a feeling if I do not get these pictures out of this living room soon, they're not going to be any good. But now, going back to some of the things that I want to get done now is I want to make sure I get more headshots of me when I'm doing my work for these partnerships and things. And definitely got to get these products in order. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm focused on doing now is making my money so that I can get my home fixed and get the water running and things in here right. Get a wash machine and dryer back in here. Get the floors fixed. I have a whole life of things to do. And if dating should just happen to come up, then I'll see. But if it don't come up, I'm okay too. because I'm not saying I haven't had many dating opportunities in my life. I mean, I saw guys, but that wasn't a date or anything. I mean, that was just like, hey and bye. But I haven't really dated. Because keep in mind, I've been with that man most of my life. So I really hadn't put myself out there like that. And we can't include the chat line guys, because the chat line guys were just what it was, chat line guys. It stayed on the chat line. Nothing serious became of it. And half the guys never even met them, just got what we could get and moved on. Yeah, so they don't count. I'm waiting on this water to heat up. But I'm feeling a lot better today. There's nothing really left to be said. I'm going to take God's word for it. If he says I've already overcome it, I'm going to believe him at that. And every time the notion or the thought comes up, of some of the negative things that are attached with Mr. Wilson, I'm going to talk it down and just let myself know. Because, look, we have to tell ourselves, look, we already overcome that. We're not going back to, because yesterday, when I was talking about the wife situation, I started feeling as if it was just not happening to me. It was like starting to become my moment. And I had to remind myself, I already overcame that. I've been through that moment before. I'm not taking myself through any more changes with that. Okay, so what? She got the last name and all that thing. She got to hold on to the name and all that. It's okay. I knew that 10 years ago. That's why I left. I didn't care about... If I couldn't have the name, won't no need me being there. We weren't going to do the thing right. And he chose what he chose, and he gone now, and there's nothing that can be done about it. So I pushed myself forward on it. I'm not saying that I feel okay with how things went down, because of course I feel some type of way, but it should not be blocking my future. It can't block my future. It already took 10 years. So these next 10, 20, 50, 60 years that I have on this earth, I'm going to enjoy my life and enjoy those who like enjoying me. And meanwhile, the invisibles are still doing what they do. They're still trying to make my life miserable, trying to sabotage things in my home and whatnot. But even with them, I just keep going doing what I know to do. I'm not fussing with them anymore. Just let them come in and do what they want to do. The more they do, I know the more God gonna stand up for me. Just have to let people do. And that's how it's gonna be. Because if I focus on every little detail of everything, and y'all know, people who have brains, people who have brains like me, our problem is, once we get focused in on something, we don't want to let it go until we absolutely analyze every little detail about the situation. And we'll even make up details. Well, it be real details, but we'll find things to bring up, not make up, but bring up about the details having details. So I'm not taking myself through that type of thing here. And I felt myself going down that road. But one thing I didn't learn is that those former things have passed and they can't be compared to what's coming. Somebody say hallelujah. They're not compared to what's coming, because I know God got somebody for me. Even if it's, I'm not going to put an even if. I'm saying he got somebody for me. If it's meant for me to be, it's going to be. Just like how this was. However it went, that was a lesson. I was sitting here thinking, what don't kill you, it make you stronger. Get up from there. Don't let it bring you down. Don't let it steal another day's journey from you. Don't let it steal your hopes. Yeah, the hope left, there's a lot of things that go into people being broken. And that's why we have to invest into ourselves, that when we find ourselves broken like that we accept where we are. No, we acknowledge where we are, but we don't accept defeat. Because, see, as children of God, we got to know when to move. We got to move out on that thing. Even if it hurts, we have to move out on that thing, knowing that it's going to work out for our good, knowing that our strength and our joy are going to come from the Lord, because it won't ours no way. And if we could make ourselves happy, we would have been happy. So that's where I stand on things, is knowing that I've got to push myself. Nobody can do this for me. Nobody can do this for me. And God, He won't force me to do it. He won't force me to do it, and nobody can do it for me. Because one thing about God, He going to let you choose which way you want to roll. Do you want to trust Him or not? And I trust Him that everything that happened in these last 27 years, we've been knowing each other 27 years. We would have had children that was like 24 and 25. Everything that's happened in these last 27 years, it's going to work for my good. It's going to work for my future. It's going to work for my good, because now I'm older. I've learned more, and I've also learned how to speak up for myself. Back then, I didn't have a backbone. I mean, I was mean, but did I know how to really speak up for myself? Did I really know how to communicate? That's what I'm getting at. Did I know how to communicate effectively? And I didn't, and he didn't either. We didn't have communication skills together like that. We knew what we wanted, but we didn't communicate the way we should have. And that's why now I just have to thank God that what I didn't know back then, now I'm stronger in. Now I've got experience in that area to become better and do better. Just like with my home here. I got to do better and do right by it too. You know, and choosing who I hang around, yeah, that too. And not only that, but not stopping from going places just because people have an issue with me or with my name being flagged and things. I can't stop living my life because you got an issue with me. I'm not going to do that. And I know that they just have an issue. You know, some people, they just look at me funny. They treat me different. And I have to remember that that's how they feel. It's not how I got to feel toward them. I need more boot camp classes to come back through. My sister was reminding me of that boot camp class, Baby Your Own First Responder. And that boot camp class did help me. And I need to come back with some more Kiva classes. Now that I've been through this experience, now I can talk to women about the importance of making sure that if your love is where you say it is, if that man love you the way he say he do, he won't mind committing and giving a full commitment. Not a part-time thing. Because they could be the most sweetest person in the world, but if y'all don't got things done the way the law of the land is, then you're out of order. And when you're out of order, confusion, hurt, and pain and turmoil is surely to come behind it. Because I always said that one couple, I seen them live together for years. And then when that man got that accident, that woman, she couldn't do nothing because she wanted his wife. She couldn't even stand by his side in the hospital. They blocked her from coming in the hospital and everything. And that was it. So that's why we got to make sure that as women and men, that we do our things in order. And we got to start training men to stop just wanting to be with a woman and not commit. These men are broken out here. He was a broken man. But, you know, and I'm going to say this about that. That's what really drew me to him. See, the same way a man can see what's on a woman can see what's on a man too. And I could see that in me, being the woman I am. I like to help people, and that was mainly what kept us together, is that he saw a woman who would stand on, you know, who was solid with what I was saying. I did it. I'm gonna clean this pan out, y'all. So if you hear something, that's what it is. But I'm ready to start these new Kiva classes. Haven't done really too much of Kiva classes, but it's time to get back on them. The Kiva class has been going about 12 years now, I think. 10 or 12. And I did do some this year, but not as many as I should have. Or not as many that's on the way. The new classes are on the way. And I'm going to do it back like I used to do old school. With the definitions and... I think I want a fried egg. Yeah. Ooh, and I want... You know what? I want a fried egg and I want an onion to go with these noodles. I got to get back to walking too. Not walking as much as I was before. I don't know why, but yeah. Why did I can never open this oil that I brought. When I first got it, I could open it easily. Now it's like a fight. Yeah, gotta get this stuff back in order. I love Kiva. If you've never listened to my Kiva podcast, please go listen to it. Because it goes all the way into personality disorders, anxiety, depression, just different ranges of mental health issues. Or if you don't know yourself, you just don't know yourself and nobody ever told you that you can be your own self. I didn't realize I could be my own self, distant away from what the family expected of me. I didn't have to be what the family expected of me. Like the person who steps in all the time, the person who, you call the go-to person for everything. No. See, when you don't have clear boundaries, and I didn't for years, up until 2020. So I was in my 40s when I realized that I needed boundaries. If you do not have those clear boundaries, people will run right over you and make it seem like you are a problem. And what did I do? That's what I ended up. When I started speaking up for myself, that's when people really had a problem with me. Because now I'm saying, no, Jamie don't want to do that at her house no more. When me and him broke up, I said, this is it. That's the end of the big parties and things. Well, I can't really say that's the end of them because I never know when God will give me more. But for that moment, I was done with having big parties, inviting people over, because I started learning what the effects of someone being two-faced. I would say once you find out that a person is two-faced, that hurt worse than... I would say it hurts worse than someone... I don't know. It's an emotional pain that it do hurt. It's equivalent to church hurt when you trust the pastor to teach you this and that, and then you learn that the pastor is being two-sided, or the pastor tries to hit on you instead of helping you. You know that feeling of awkwardness and uncomfortableness? That's what, when you find out people are two-faced, that's what that feels like. Manipulators, deception. They just deceive. That's all they know to do is deceive others. And I had to go through a lot of that since 2022, and I suspect it was going on before then, but I didn't recognize it then until 2022, that all these people had an issue with me, and they don't have a personal issue. Listen, they don't have a personal issue with me. The issue is that whatever program they're in that tells them who they can like and who not to like, they have a problem with themselves because they have to be told that. But they want to make it look like it's me. So They have to be told things like that. And what that mean, that they are scripted on how they are to treat people. And it's not biblically. This is man-made hate. And I want to teach people how to overcome that. There's some other people out there like me that's getting done the same way. And maybe it's not by any group or community mobbing. This might be by your household family members. Because they surely going to pull them in. I don't care who you is, how close you were to your family. Once your name get on that list, your family becomes your worst nightmare. I have to continue doing what God gave me to do. And that's part of it. I got eggs I'm sauteing these onions. And I'm going to put some eggs with it. Cook them down real good. And a little bit of oil. This may be all I eat for the next couple of hours. Oh, they smell so good already. If these people really knew themselves, if they knew themselves really good, they wouldn't have to hurt others. They wouldn't have to pick on others. But that's what happens. We have a group of people. We're in the generation time now where we got the most petty pastors, preachers, leaders. Y'all think Trump something? Have you really examined your pastor? So we're in a time where pettiness in the leadership and evilness and hatefulness in leadership is at an all-time high. And these people think because they have titles that they will not have to answer to God for how they treat you, me, your children. Yeah, they're going to have to answer to God. Eventually they will. Every head and knee must bow. Eventually they're gonna have to take it up with God. And they better hope they get it right, because the way I saw old boy suffer, all I can say is I just know God made the right choice for me, and I'm glad I listened to him and that I did what he told me to do. Go home and go to sleep. Don't bother it no more. That's what I did. I come home. I didn't fuss. I didn't fight. I didn't try to figure out what happened, what went on. Because from that point on, it was none of my business what was going on between him and whoever else, because the man was married. That took one day of me finding out he was married, took away 17 years of me being with him. None of it mattered after that, because it was betrayal. It was, that junk hurt. But I had to come home and God said, sleep on it. And I slept on it, and I realized I didn't want to jeopardize my future for somebody else's mind. That's why I tell y'all, do not hurt yourself over something that somebody has done to you. Back in the days, I used to get upset. I break up my stuff because of something he done or something somebody else done to me. But that was ignorant, because that was my stuff I was breaking. It didn't hurt him. And he tell me that too. He said, oh, you ain't hurting me. That's your stuff. That's you. And he was right. But see, we get so angry and we don't think, and we'll do things out for spite and malice. But that's why I tell you, you got to try Jesus. You got to learn who he is. Once you learn who he is, you're going to stop breaking your stuff, and you're going to start breaking cycles and patterns instead of breaking your stuff up because of what somebody done to you. See, I had to learn. I was very immature. Very immature. And didn't know much about really even being a woman like that. I knew the fun side of life. I didn't know really the adulting side. I had to grow into that. I knew motherhood, but I didn't know maturity. And those are things that I want to teach in Kiva. I don't want to sugarcoat things for people because I never have. But there are other women and men out there like me. I'm opening it up for men too. Because some of these men get with women who are just abusive. And they need to know that they do matter. They are more valuable than that. And they don't need to let no woman bring them down. Because then you ain't going to be no good for your true woman. Your real love going to come. And I believe that. I believe my real love right now is somewhere getting themselves ready for me. And that's how I'm going to lead it. I'm going to leave that like that. I told you, I already got rid of my old dreams of being married. Now I'm into the new things. Now I got to build a different vision board. I don't know. I never took that off my vision board, by the way, either. But I'm glad that did not come to pass. So that goes to show you everything that we vision for ourselves is not of God. And if he chasing you down, he not going to let you get it. You can want it all you want. But if God says no, you're not going to get it. I didn't get it. And I look back now and I'm like, okay, that was a good call, Lord. I didn't see it. See, because what we can't see, God already does. He knows our future. He knows who we are. Jeremiah 29:11. He knows. He knows what people have been saying and doing, and he saw what we didn't see. And I really should be crying in praise, thanking him for how he didn't let certain things go on with me. That's what I really should be doing, because there were plenty of times that it could have ended up really bad for me. Oh, these onions smell so good. It's beginning to smell like fall up in here. Yeah, he took care of me. God did. And that's where I got to get my focus back to, on him and doing the things that he has for me to do. Because when I took my eyes off for just a little bit, even for the funeral and things, stuff started getting confusing and thoughts coming here, thoughts coming there. And, trying to play me back to the past. The devil trying to give me the past. I already overcome that. And that's how it is in PTSD. You got to speak to yourself. Those things that you have already overcome, you got to let your mind know we already been through those emotions, that cycle one time before. We overcame it, so we're not going back. I'm not going back into that depression, that familiar spirit of depression and anxiety because of how somebody did me. No. If you got to get mad to get yourself up out of that past feeling, get mad and get yourself up out of there, because you don't deserve to be back there feeling that stuff that you already took care of. And I'm the same way. I don't deserve to be back there feeling all that stuff that I already overcome either. It's all about speaking down on these things, taking those thoughts captive, those what ifs captives. It was the what ifs for me, and it was the if I had. Why am I putting all that burden on me? He was a grown man. He was older than me. Why was I putting all that on me? Because that's what the enemy wanted me to do. The enemy wanted me to feel like it was my fault. But the truth was, I couldn't make that man do nothing he didn't want to do. If he didn't want to do it, he wasn't going to do it. If he wanted to do it, he was going to do it with all his heart. And there was nothing I can do about it. That was the honest truth. And you remember I was telling y'all the other day on this podcast, there's one sentence that's going to set you free. Now, old man told me this. I don't even remember who it was. But one day I was feeling so bad from some things me and him had been through. And this old man said, sometimes you got to get around that right person. And that one sentence going to set you free. And it's a sentence with truth, though. But you're not the one going to say it. It's going to be somebody else say that one sentence, and that one sentence is going to set you free. You know what the one sentence was that broke all this off of me? All that feeling, and even down to the grief, it just took me out. I mean, I'm still grieving, but not like I was. This one sentence, I screenshotted it. It came across TikTok. Right after I said that one sentence is going to be what sets you free. That's going to open your eyes and pull you up out of that loop that you keep looping over and over. Those repetitive, ruminating thoughts and visualizations of what you used to do, how you used to be. Y'all know what it was for me? If he wanted to, I done said enough right there. If he wanted to, he would. That right there woke me up. If he wanted me to have been his wife, he would have made me his wife. He had plenty of opportunities, plenty of money to get a divorce or to fight for a divorce. He didn't. He didn't do any of that. He had a vehicle. He could have came up the same way he was traveling to see other people. He could have kept traveling up here to see me. I never ran him off. He didn't do that. You know why? I wasn't as important to him as he was to me. And that sentence right there just, it took me there. That man said, he was doing this video on TikTok. He said, you know what? If I wanted to with her, I would have did it. But I didn't want to do it with her. That's why I didn't do it. And I remember hearing him say something similar to that. That broke me. And I'm like, okay. But that's why we got to take our thoughts in captive. Because all that stuff happened 10 years ago. 10 years ago. And to hear me talk about it, you would think it just not happened. Frying the egg now, that's going to be so good in the morning. I'm going to print this out. If he wanted to, he would. And that's how it was with the other guy I was with. The situationship. If he wanted to really be in something with me, he would have left those other women alone, and he would have made it clear to me that he wanted me and only me as his woman. But he didn't never do that. He didn't make it clear to me that that's what he wanted. So when you don't see people reciprocating back to you when you dating, because we need to talk about this too. Maybe not all on this podcast, but on this podcast, but in the Kiva podcast too. When you see a one-sided relationship, run. Don't stay there. You can't fix a person that don't want to be fixed. And that's the one thing I didn't get about him. He didn't want to be fixed. He liked going through the motion of feeling like he was going to be fixed because it made him feel good to feel like somebody really cared. Because, that's what narcs do. Narcs love to be the attention, and they love to be admired. So as long as I was admiring him in that area, that's what kept him going. I was his fool. He was my fool. Because I needed to keep somebody going, so I didn't have to focus on how bad of a life I really had created for myself. I really created a mess. Not one time, but twice. I hope this third time is a charm, because I'll be honest, I don't feel like doing all that dating. And they be like, don't be lazy with it. But honey, I'm lazy when it come down to that. I like to get to know a person, and then that's it. We either doing this thing or we not. That's how I like for it to be. And if you're not down for me, then let me know. Let me go. I don't want to stick around longer than I should. So whatever I do from here on out, I'm sure it's going to be great. Great things. Great things are going to be happening. I just want to make sure, though, that I'm not falling back into those old ways, those old familiar patterns and routes and things. There was a reason why God cut off the routings and the songs. There were some songs, I stopped listening to some songs for these whole 10 years just because I didn't want to remember anything about him. And then he dies. Now I can listen to the songs. I can listen to the songs now and really don't even think about him on those songs, because there were songs that I always did like, but he always caused such a commotion when we would be playing music sometimes that he made me not like the things that I love. A lot of things that I love, because of what he did, he made me not like him. And that's the truth. I stopped doing a lot of what I love to do because he made me just dislike it. Planting flowers. I plant flowers. He go dig them up, steal them, and go sell them to somebody else. I mean, I could talk about the bad things all day long and the good, the ones I can remember. But the moral of the story is, I'm getting back some of the things that I once had a love for. Now, I will welcome that back. The love of things that I had a love for before I met him and before I met the other guy. They were just things I love. I've always loved flowers. I've always loved looking at different wine bottles and wine glasses. Not that I drink it like that now, but I did used to like the design of it. What else? I like music. I stopped listening to a lot of blues music because it was just too much. And now I can listen to my music in peace. I don't have to worry about nobody fussing at me about a song, change that song, or, trying to overplay it so I don't like it. I mean, there's so much now that I feel free on. And you just never know how much of a hold a person has of your life until you start examining some of the things that you missed out on. I'm just thankful now. This looks so good. Wish y'all could see it. So good. And y'all just know it's not a perfect journey either, because even with my dads, when they passed, I still have my moments about my dads. They're not like they used to be. I think grief is very healthy for you, but you got to know when to come up out of it. It's good to be able to still feel how you felt about somebody, and to know that you are capable of loving. That's one thing that grief lets us know, is that we do love. It lets us know that we still love people, and that we're not only capable of loving, but we are capable of receiving love back. And that let me know that I was capable of loving, and still capable of loving people back, and setting boundaries. Most important thing, set boundaries. You got to set boundaries. If you don't, you're going to be so broken. You'll be broken over everything. And I know you got these pretty little babies now. Some of us got pretty babies, pretty grandchildren and things growing up now. But even with them, you have to establish set boundaries. If you don't set boundaries while they're younger, training them while they're younger coming up, you're going to be so disrespected and hurt when you get older, not know how to say no and all that bad stuff that comes with that. You got to do it now while they're younger. When the relationship is new, you need to set the boundary in the relationship. you need to, and I'm not saying when you set boundaries, just tell everybody, well, I got a boundary for this, I got a boundary for that. No, that's not how that thing works. When you set the boundaries, when you starting dating or starting a new relationship, that's for you. That's for you. That's not for everybody else to know that you've done that. That's for you and to protect you. Some people sit around, oh, I got standards, I got boundaries, I ain't gonna let you do this, you can't do that. Well, look, you gotta see where the man or woman coming from. So you gotta give them that space to be themselves, or else you're gonna get with somebody and you don't know who that is. You get 10 years down the road and you don't know a thing more about that person than you did when you first got together. So you gotta give them space to be themselves. And that's how, just set them. Just set them and just know some of the things that you don't want to accept anymore in your life. Like for me, it's definitely a no-go if a man has been married before and they can't show me a divorce certificate, or they want to get mad because I asked about a divorce certificate. Or try to put the blame on me. Oh, you stuck in your trauma. Don't blame me for what another man did. No, I learned. I don't want to carry on a fairy tale anymore. I want a real life wedding. I want a real life husband that's going to be with me, that I can stand by his side. See, we had all those motions of what the real life thing looked like. We went through the motions of all that. We would show up, announce each other as husband and wife, but we didn't have it on paper in the land of the law. So, all right, this here is red. Ooh, this is gonna burn through my plate. Ooh, oh my! Get that up out of there. Go ahead and put some water in there. I know y'all heard that, and I got popped right in the chest. I'm gonna make some noodles now. I'll eat half of this now and the other half later. So what I'm fixing is enough for two meals for me. All right, go sit back down, girl. Yeah. I'm excited about Kiva. I always do good with Kiva in September. I think September is our anniversary coming up. I don't know. The fall months just renew me. Let me see. All right, y'all. I'm going to get off now. I could talk some more, but I'm not. I think I've said enough for today. And I want to start focusing on where I'm going to put all this stuff at. And I'm finna get my act together. I'm finna get up and get this house right. And that fog has then broke down off of me. And the grief has lessened up on me where I can function a little better. And I need to take care of this house now. Because this house got to take care of me. Yep. All right, peace, love, and happiness. Thank y'all for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check me out on TikTok, Jamie the Advocate. I have a showcase over there where you can purchase different products that I be telling y'all about or I be using. Right now, the Botana oil is hot commodity. Like, go get your Botana oil if you're trying to get that hair growth in there. You're trying to get a cleansing of the scalp. You're trying to do some deep conditioning and you got 4C hair especially. It's going to work great for you. Till next time.